What are inherited data? They're also called secondary data. And the thing about them is that you inherit them. In other words, these are data that are not yours, that you did not collect. Primary data, on the other hand, are the ones that you design and control the data collection process for. So in other words, you custom make those data sets for your needs. If you're doing machine learning or AI, if you're going to do it right, your validation and testing will be done on primary data. It does not count unless you do it on primary data. So for example, you might have trained on all of ImageNet, which is a repository with millions of nicely labeled photographs, and you trained a vision system, and now it can detect objects in photographs. Great, you used those old photographs to train it. In validation and testing to check if it does work, please collect the sorts of images or photographs that you're going to use in your live device and check how it works there. That is the real test of performance. So you will need to collect primary data to really test out a machine learning system, but you can train it on secondary data. Whatever validation and testing you do on the secondary or inherited data doesn't count. The only kind of performance you should take seriously is on primary data. And so you need to make sure that you have a way of collecting that primary data and checking how your system does on it. So in my example, you trained it on a bunch of photographs perhaps that were not collected by you, but then take some photographs like your system, like your app would, and see how well it does on them as an important sanity check and eventually as your productionization test. And of course your launch test is going to be done on live data, which is certainly primary data. So if you're doing all of that right, you're not even considering inherited data for that.